Okay, you guys, this lighting is horrendous, but I have been asked, my face has been looking a little bit different, and I learned to contour in like a really, really basic way. I have a bruise from having my filler. I had a late night, and I also didn't sleep very well. The bed wasn't a good fit for me. But anyway, let's do it. I actually forgot my primer, but it's okay. All right, so I start with YSL. Is that how the YouTubers do it? It's like a YSL Youth Liberator. It has a serum in it, and I love it. So, I don't know which brush I picked. I have a very basic way of getting ready. If I've got to spend time, normally I wouldn't use this foundation actually for my everyday, because I don't know, it's got a little bit more coverage than I would normally use, but let's just do it. Now, if you're if you're a makeup artist, don't come at me, because I know I'm probably using the wrong brushes and doing everything wrong, but that's okay. All right. So I just use this one. It's a Mecca brush. And because I'm lazy and I don't really know how to do the foundation thing properly, I just kind of brush it all out so I don't look caked on. This lighting is terrible and I look like a ghost. It's terrible, terrible. But I promise it's not that bad. I'll put a photo in at the end in actual light. All right, foundation, done. And yes, I sleep on that side, which is why my eye gets all mushed up. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing I do is use this liquid highlighter, and I put it under there. I put it like in there and there. I also learned this trick. Put it on your top lip, and these are looking a little funky today, so we'll go in there. I usually just use my fingers. So far, nothing exciting, right? God, I wish I had a better light. Yeah, that's good. This will come back later. This is where the magic happens. It is a, oh my God. Brown. Like, I'm seeing things in this light that I'm not seeing in the mirror. That's okay. So this is why my face has been looking different. I've got good cheekbones anyway, but I do a line down there, a line down there. I have like a big schnoz, so I thin that out. This one I learned under your lip, jawline, jawline, and a little bit up there. And then I just blend like a mother. So I'm just gonna get the tissue from there, and there's no fanciness. Oh shit, that looks really bad on there. It's actually not that dark. Oh my God, this lighting. I look like something from The Lion King. You know, when they do those photos of The Lion King, maybe that is bad. I need to get in the real light. Under the jaw. And just kind of blend this in. I don't really know what that's supposed to do. Oh yeah, that's good. And then the nose, I just bring the brush in, and it's just that shape. I just bring it in so that I'm making my nose look, it's a dog's dinner today. Today was not the day. All right, so that's done. So now I grab this nose one, this bright one again, and just use the same brush. Just kind of blend that across, and it just makes my nose look like longer and narrower somehow. Somebody could probably tell me how to do it even better than that. Next thing is, I've got hair everywhere and it's driving me crazy. All right, so next thing is just eyebrow. I just use Bobbi Brown brow powder. I have had my eyebrows microbladed because I was an 80s girl, and we know what happened in the 80s. So I, like, where is that hair? This lighting is really killing my vibe. All right, so I just use that end. I have no real technique other than, thankfully, because I've had the micro blading in the past, it gives me something to kind of work off. Otherwise, I would have no idea. None. I think that's it. I do need to go and have them microbladed again, but oh man, like I have a high pain threshold. That kills me every time. I use NARS Orgasm. Just here. I'm not even gonna try and cover up that bruise, like what is the point? Looks so much better in the mirror, but that's okay. This hair, can you see it? Oh, I got it. All right, so that's that. And now we get to the thing that is the bane of my existence. Eyeshadow. I haven't gotten it. All right, so if you're a makeup artist, you will die when you see my technique because I have like no game at all when it comes to eyeshadow. And I'm using this Naked one, and if you have a look at the colors, like I start out using like this one is my favorite color, and then that one runs out, so I go to this one, then this one, and I just work my way through the palette. So I go through phases where you will see different colors on my eyelids just because I ran out of a color and it's the only one I use. So I just go like that. Yeah, that doesn't look great in the video, but it doesn't look too bad here. So all I want to do now is just like get it on, like get it onto my eyeballs. And if you don't open your mouth when you're doing this, are you even doing it right? And then I just grab another brush and I just like blend the shit out of it essentially, so that I'm not left with like looking like Alice Cooper. I'm enjoying this. I would love to show you more tutorials, but this is it. This is it. This is pretty much it for me and makeup. And when I go and speak and things like that, I have people come and do my makeup, and I always, like, they always overdo it, right? But the other thing that I have a problem with is I can't sit in the chair that long. It just bores me. And then, like, I'd rather just get up and do it myself. Although the end result when somebody else does it is always better. Oh, I don't know. I usually just like go in there with my fingers just to finish it up. And then I do something that's probably sacrilege. I go in with my finger and I just put a little bit of the like shiny stuff on the lid. And sometimes I forget which color and I end up with 2 different color eyes. So what else do I do now? Oh yeah, I just started doing this. Like I got this pointy little brush that I know is not meant for this. And I go in the corner of my eye a little bit. Look at that. That's kind of it. And then I just blend it with my fingers. Yeah, it always looks a bit splotchy, but I don't know how to fix it. So I just say, fuck it, and I just deal with having splotchy eyelids. All right, so that's all that. The mascara I'm using at the moment is, oh, I should grab my lipstick to finish my look. It's this Too Faced Damn Girl, this one. Now, this is always a shit show because it's really gluggy and I end up with it in all the wrong places. But, you know what? It's all right. God, I just felt like I'd been hit by a bus when I woke up this morning. I had a couple of wines, but like I didn't go overboard. Also had a spicy margarita, but lots and lots of water, not enough food because I'm staying at the Ritz-Carlton in Melbourne and it's new. And let me just say, the food, not a vibe, not a vibe. The cheese platter was pretty good that we had in the afternoon, but like as far as meals go, no. And then I got back to the mini bar and I'm normally the person that would just like buy whatever. And I went to get some chocolate because I was starving. It's like $25 for chocolate. And sometimes like you just don't want to spend 25 bucks on chocolate because it just seems like they're taking the piss. So I didn't, and I'm hungry, but that's okay. I'm stubborn as well. Like I don't want to brush too much because I've still got a little bit of curl from yesterday. I like this. I've been using this hairspray for years. It's got a really good hold, but things move as well. Looking all right. So wait there, because I'm going to get my lipstick and I'm going to get my jewelry that I've started wearing. I never used to wear jewelry, but I'm kind of digging it at the moment. All right, that looks good, that bit there. So I'm going to spray that. 1 second. All right. Today's outfit. While we're here, I should also explain that I discovered nipple covers a little while ago, and oh my God, love the nipple covers. I do this thing, right, where I'm going to show you in the real light in a minute. If I looked like I did in this mirror, I'd be very happy with my skin. That's a good color. This is just a Nude by Nature mineral lipstick. God, I look terrible in that light. Can't wait to take you in the actual light. Yeah, that's okay. And then, so let me talk about my jewelry for a little minute. Oh, one of the best things I ever bought, going everywhere today, is my fountain pen. I use it 100 times a day. I write like a surgeon. No one can ever understand anything that I write. So fountain pen pulls me up a little bit. Okay, so I usually wear a couple of gold bracelets. Now I just got these from Lavisa in Australia. So they weren't overly expensive, but I do this thing where I buy things and then I never use them. And I don't really like, as I say, putting on like jewelry usually, because I train every day. But I started to see the gold stacking kind of trend happening, and I'm like, I'm about that. So I just went and bought some stuff that, you know, wasn't overly expensive, just to see if I wear it, and I've been wearing it to death. So now I'm going to invest in some good pieces, just like those highlighter, you know, the highlighting stick and the highlighting like wandy thing. They were like $2 at Kmart. I do have like the proper ones now. I just didn't pack them, but I use those forever because I wasn't sure if I'd actually do it. And I tried to follow tutorials, but I kind of suck. Oh my God, my hair's caught. And so, what is happening? Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, so I tried to follow the tutorials and I couldn't figure it out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna wing it. Which has been the story of my life, and it worked. All right, this is it. I wanted to also share with you my ring. So years ago, about 7 years ago now, when I first started dating my guy, I had been married and divorced 3 times. And so when we were together, like, we knew we were in love, and the marriage thing came up, and he said, you know what, if you want to, I said I wouldn't get married again. And he said, you know what, if you want to get married, you're going to have to ask me. And I'm like, cool. And so I decided that I did want to get married, like after we've been together 5 years, something like that. We're coming up to 10 years now. And I was going into, we went to Vegas. So I took him over to the US, and we were, no, before we got to Vegas, sorry, my brain cells. I had this ring designed and made, and they were buying the stone, and they were in Hong Kong buying the stones, and they kept sending me photos. Is this the one? Is this the one? And I'm like, no, no, no. And then eventually I got the exact right color and shape and all the rest of it. So it's a morganite and diamonds, and it's rose gold, and I love it. Anyway, so how we got engaged is we were staying at the Venetian in Las Vegas, which I love. Excuse my fingernails. I've got rid of like fake nails, and they're just ugly, and we're just dealing with it because I can't be bothered. Anyway, so we were staying at the Venetian, and what I did before we left is I recorded a proposal and made it like a video, and I hid it on my YouTube channel. And we were sitting out to dinner in Vegas, and I handed him the phone with the press play on the video, and he's like, it keeps stopping. I don't know, it keeps stopping. We'll watch it later. And I'm like, okay. And then we started walking back to the hotel room, back to the room. The restaurant was in the resort. And we were walking back, and he's like, oh, let's see if I can watch that video now. And I'm like, okay. So we sit down in this little enclave thing with a couple of couches, and I was sitting up on the couch, on the arm of the couch, and he was sitting down, and he was watching the video, and I could see him get emotional, and he looked at me and he said something along the lines of, how the fuck could I forget that? Something along the lines of, if I say yes, is it forever? Because he'd always been a bit freaked out that if we get married, we'd break up because, well, marriage and I had not gone well. And so he said yes, and we were very happy, and it was amazing and all that sort of stuff. He was a bit weirded out about the fact that I bought my own ring, and he's like, how much do I owe you for the ring? I'm like, that's not a thing. And then, yeah, so 5 years later, I just don't feel like we need to get married. He doesn't either. He's never been married. And now we're just happy. So that's the end of my TED talk about that. So let's go and have a look at my makeup. See? That's no filter, but we know that lighting is our friend in our 50s. And that is a wrap. I'm gonna maybe try and do a live stream now. I don't even know when I'm gonna share this, how I'm gonna share it, where I'm gonna share it, but I will. And then I'm gonna do a live stream. And then I'm gonna go eat because I am starving. Thanks for watching.